Hi, I'm Ben Greenfield, and I'm here with Dr. Patrick Dougherty, a chiropractic physician in Spokane, Washington. And what we are going to be showing you today is something called the Subluxation Station. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this, but I'm about to undergo a series of tests that are going to tell me a lot of different things. But what exactly are we going to be doing? What is this station all about?
What this station about is, as a chiropractor, I am a nervous system doctor. And just like a heart doctor would do EKGs, blood panels, whatever, to find out more about your heart, I want to find out more about your nervous system. This technology allows me to test 3 different facets of your nervous system. And in doing that, I combine that with the exam, I combine that with the history, and I know much more about how to begin to work with a client, a patient.
Okay, let's do it. So on this first test, I have my hand here in this device, and what exactly are we going to be measuring here?
We are measuring heart rate variability, and that is of importance because the heart rate does not beat the same all the time. If it did, you wouldn't survive. The heart rate tells the nervous system how to transfer from automatic functions like your heart rate, like breathing, like digestion, into functions that have to do with your stress response. Probably everybody's heard of fight or flight response. That is your ability to deal with stress. As we measure your heart rate variability in this machine here, it is going to tell us the ability of the heart to shift you back and forth from the automatic functions like digestion to the fight or flight response and ability to handle stress without making yourself ill.
So basically we're just going to find out how good I am at fighting stress with this type of test.
And not only fighting stress, but switching back and forth from when you need to fight stress or adapt to stress would be a better word, and,
Gotcha.
and to your automatic functions. You can shut down the digestive process in order to lift up the Volkswagen and save the kid when you need to, if your heart rate's.
So I'm just going to sit here for a few minutes as we do this.
You are.
All right.
This will be a 6-minute test.
So this second test that we're about to do, I believe, is called a thermal scan. Is that right?
Correct.
And what will we be doing?
Well, we use this instrument here, which measures, you run it directly up the spine, so it measures temperature on each side of the spine, which gives us clues if there's temperature variation, that there is nervous system interference to organs and glands in the body. So that's what we're going to be measuring on this test.
Gotcha. So for test number 3, we've got these funny looking contraptions, and what exactly are you going to be doing with these?
These will be placed on the skin on each side of the spine, all the way up and down. It's called surface electromyography, which will tell us about the condition of the muscles, how they relate to the nerves exiting the spine, and whether they are reacting to those or there's nerve interference that causes the muscles to not react and consequently be spasmed or stretched. And that's important because when that happens and the spine's not moving, the receptors on the spine do not send messages to the brain, to the motion center, where they get sent to the higher centers, and we do not adjust ourselves appropriately into proper biomechanical situations where the muscles know to move in appropriate amounts as we're moving, and we protect ourselves with that knowledge.
Makes sense. So we just finished the 3 evaluations that you just saw, and now we're going to find out how I am. So what did we find?
We had some great results here. We did 3 tests. We had a score for each test we did. The first test, Ben scored an 86.76, and it's this one's not out of 100, it's out of like 120.
And that was the test with my hand doing the heart rate variability?
With the hand, yeah, heart rate variability. So he gets an 86.78. The thermal scan, where we measured temperature side to side, number 2 on the spine, he got a 77.74. On the muscle test, the surface EMG, he got a 75.22. Now what that all means is we add them all up and we get a neural spinal function index score for the person Ben's score is 78.68. Now on this, we have a scale here where you start at the bottom in the red, which would be in very poor shape, and you go up to the bright green, which is very good shape. He's right in here, which isn't bad. It's kind of a transition phase where he's just below being in pretty good shape. Now the reason that's there is his heart rate variability test was very good. We got a little graph here where you have a green. You want to be in the green. He's barely off the green. He tested well there. His one downfall there is his adrenal glands are working a little too hard. Stress response. On the thermal scan, he has these red and green and blue marks that are indications there is nervous system interference where organs and glands are not getting quite the clear message they need to function great. Now on the, sorry, this is a smaller one. We should have printed this bigger maybe. But this is the muscle function surface EMG scan. And he's got a lot of colors. If Ben, you would pick up that piece of laminated plastic right next to you.
Sure.
This is what we would like Ben to look like.
And mine doesn't look like this. It's all over the map.
Yeah, there's colors all over the place. The colors are, again, nervous system interference, where the nerves are having to shout to get through to the muscles to tell them what to do, how to function properly. And so as a chiropractor, what we do is we treat the person with chiropractic adjustments, we re-scan after 10 or 12 visits, and we get to see the remarkable changes that the person is capable of, and those changes are indications of the body's amazing ability to optimize health.
So for me, this is interesting because I'm a healthy athlete, and what we seem to find was that whereas I'm relatively able to handle stress, there's a lot of issues that seem to be going on with my musculoskeletal system, and it's stuff that I wasn't aware of. So it's really interesting information. And Dr. Pat, if people here in the Spokane area or near here want to kind of learn more about how they could get this done, where they could go, how do people get a hold of you?
Well, we can be reached by phone, 509-327-4373. Our office is at 2110 North Washington Street, just north of downtown Spokane. And also you can check me out on the web where there will be several videos, including this, www.spokane-chiropractic.com. Thank you very much.
Thanks.